Hey, see what's going on? This is your friend Siren Frost. Oh shit. Sorry. I'm doing this on my bed because the floor is giving me some bad cramps. So yeah, I have to readjust some things here, and there you go. Anyways, guys, this is going to be a deck profile update of my Link Joker Messiah deck. I haven't done this in like a while when it first came out, just because there was a lot of complications and issues with this deck. And let's all face the facts here. Amnesty Messiah is a fucking bitch. In my last half case opening, I did pull 3 X-Lick Messiahs. Big giant problem. No amnesties. Because amnesty is still running up there like recent $100 zone, in 100 zone. Which means it's hard for me, because I don't do online shopping, sadly enough, I can't afford them. So I have to wait for the right opportunity. And then there were some other cards, like the Perfect Guards were a bitch to get. And because everyone was, during that time, was literally bandwagoning Amnesty because he was winning games. No shit, right? So instead, I decided to do an alternative route. I've waited an opportunity to use a new Stride from Buyer's Collection 2016. And so hopefully this new version, and plus the 16G zone didn't help out a lot. So let's just see how this deck will work, and I'll show it to you guys right now and see what you guys think. So anyways, let's get on with the deck profile. So for my starting Vanguard is Spawn of the Spiral Nebula. Now in my old deck profiles I did from the Joker, it was usually Neon Messiah would be my first one, but I decided to change it up a bit. Changed it up a little bit, and try out this little fairy. This little guy. And, you know, he actually is pretty good. I mean, all you have to do is put him into the soul, and then you can choose one of your rear guards and lock him, and then in exchange, you can lock one of your opponent's rear guards. So, I think to me that's actually a very good cost, because, you know, you are hurting yourself a little bit for boosting your Vanguard or rear guard, depending on your choosing, but at the same time, you are actually making your my boyfriend, fuck me on that one. You're putting some pressure on your opponent because they're forced now to guard instead of intercepting. So that's one of the reasons for this little guy right here. Now for trigger lineup, we're playing 4 copies of Lady Healer of the Torn Worlds, just because, you know, I love the artwork, and it's a non-Star-Vader Link Joker, which it's sad enough for me to say this, but Star-Vader is just literally being called one of the bandwagon decks. Now, I'll call that the way I want to. You guys can call it whatever you want to call it. But I believe the hype was too much for the Star-Vaders, giving them too much pressure, because they can lock your opponent up the ass. So, yeah. Not a good thing. And I think it's just because of the Chaos Breaker. Like, I have no respect for that dragon. My deck's always 12 crits, so I'm playing 4 copies of Blink Messiah, aka the new Blue Eyes White Dragon, because he looks like a freaking Blue Eyes. What he does, he's actually the stride critical trigger. Like, he provides Messiah 5,000 power for his attack, and plus you draw a free card from your deck. So to me, that's actually a good thing to have. Next, we're playing 4 copies of the Pulse Monk and 4 Asteroid Wolves, or what me and Jaden now call them, Asteroid Wolfies. Thanks a lot, Jaden, you jackass. You got me saying that now. But anyways, so I am running 12 crits in this deck because I don't think draws are really a necessity anymore. I mean, people say draws are very much a must in Link Joker, but I don't believe that. Like, it depends on the player's preference as well. Because if you're a player who relies on crit triggers only in maybe 4 heals to win your games, that's the playstyle you choose to play it. Who are we to say to judge your playstyle, honestly? Now for grade 1s, we're playing the new Messiah card, 4 copies of Sacrifice Messiahs. What he does is, whenever a unit on your side is being locked, if you have a Vanguard with Messiah in its name, you can lock him. I gotta read what he says more. Yeah, so you lock him, and if you do, you can countercharge 1 card. And then choose up to one of your other units, and it gets plus 3,000 power. So it lock himself whenever a unit is locked on your side of the field. You can lock him, countercharge a card, and you can give plus 3K to any of your other rear guards. So I think that's a very good bonus right there. Next, we're playing 4 copies of Destiny Dealer because just, the Stride Enabler for Messiahs. Just to search out Messiah and Stride with Messiah. Next, I'm playing 4 of the G Perfect Guards, which I was very happy to get. Finally, it was a bitch to get because hardly anyone wants to give up their Perfect Guards, but I did pull some strings, so I was happy about this. So now I can play Link Joker to the fullest as well. And, it's just one of those counter-charge flipper thingies for counter-charging and all that stuff. Next, and then finally, we're playing 2 copies of Dark Metal Chameleon. Whenever he gets to be unlocked, you can counter-charge a card. And then his other skill, he has resistibility, so no card can be no one can target him or anything like that. So he's untouchable. For grade 2, we're playing the new one called the 4 copies of Arrestor Messiah. As long as your Vanguard has Messiah in its name, he gets plus 2,000 power, and if his attack goes through, you lock him and you lock one of your opponent's rear guards. And yeah. So, I think this is... Wait, is it either one? Yeah, so sometimes you have the option of actually locking your own, but sometimes it's best just to lock your opponents, just to make them feel defenseless and vigorous and more determined to guard from their hands, so you can just get an open attack. Next, we're playing 4 copies of Awakening Messiah. Whenever he's unlocked, anytime he gets to be locked, you choose one of your other rear guards and you send it back up. So and he doesn't need to have Messiah in his name to use it, but I figure he'd be more, and he gets plus 2k power. So I figure he might be a good option, to play. I know some people may not ever use him because he's just in the way, but I figure if you're playing a Messiah deck, you must have some cards that resemble Messiah. And then finally, we're playing 3 copies of Lady Battler of the Gravity Well. I've seen some people, even Jaden on his channel, play 4 of her, but I don't think you really need to play 4. I think it's best to just play 2 or 3, but I go for 3 because I just want an even fair number right there. Now her skill is you can lock one of your rear guards and she gets plus 4,000 power, and that's an active skill. So that's what I believe into the end of the battle. So Lady Battler is a good card to have. I tried the 2 monks, I just don't really agree with it. I'm sorry, I just don't. But that's just me. Now, for grade 3, we're playing the main boss, and who's the avatar of salvation in this deck. 4 copies of Alter Ego Messiah. His stride skill is you lock one of your rear guards and you lock one of your opponent's rear guards. Add 5,000 power to your Vanguard. And his Generation Break 2 skill is you Soul Blast one. Whenever a unit is supposed to be unlocked, you draw a free card. So he helps you out refill your hand and lock one of your opponent's rear guards at the same time. So that's the costs. Yeah. He lets you draw a card as for each card that has been Soul Blast. Sorry, I have a hard time explaining that shit sometimes. Alright, but anyways. And then finally we're playing 4 copies of Lady Gunner the Neutron Star. I think she's the best option because, you need an 11k attacker. I've seen some people actually play the Star-Vader Freeze Ray, which I think is maybe a good option too. Because, holy crap, I mean, anytime you take damage, you lock one of your opponent's rear guards. So it makes you twice more defenseless. But, why sell with that when you can just kick them off? Like, sure, it costs you, okay, her skill is, whenever she's placed in the rear guard circle, then you lock one of your own rear guards and you lock your opponent's rear guards. So, it sets you up to stage anyways. Now, in this current situation, you can also play her with Amnesty and Exlix. But since I'm not playing Exlix or Amnesty, sadly enough, I have to use an alternative motive. So, she is just one of the options to get in there and do some defenseless to your opponents. So, yeah, that's why she's mainly in here. And I love Lady Gunner no matter what. Because she's a lady. And I'm a bitch. You get the gist. Alright, so for G units, we're playing 4 copies of the new one, Genesis Dragon Transcell's Messiah. And his ability is, his Generation Break 2 skill is, Counterblast 1 and choose a face down card of Transcell's Messiah from your G-Zone train face up. When this unit is placed in the Vanguard circle, if you have a heart with Messiah in his name, and if you pay the cost, lock all rear guards up from both sides, and unlock all cards that those other than those locked by its effect. So here's what you can actually do if you wanted to. You can have everything set up to lock both sides. That's where Lady Gunner actually comes in. Lady Gunner. She lets you lock two of your rear guards, one on your side and one on your opponent's side. And however, you can get everything set up to lock everybody's rear guards, except for the ones that were caused by this effect. So those ones are unlocked. Is it? Or is it just locked? Yeah, it can go like lock and then unlock. So, oh, yeah, right here. So, yeah. So 4 of him, because he's a persona as well. Alright. Next, we're playing 2 copies of Genesis Dragon Judgment Messiah. Whenever he attack goes through, you can unlock one of your rear guards, and you can lock with your opponent's rear guards. So, that's just, that's more fuel to the fire. But it only works in the background, or back row, so. And then, we're playing 2 copies of Nebula Dragon Maxwell Seal Dragon. He came from the Fires collection, which I'm still very pissed off about because Lukier was in this set with them, but we only got 2 boxes. So I'm fucking pissed with that. But what he does is Counterblast 1. When his unit attacks the Vanguard, this unit gets plus 5,000 power for each lock card until the end of the battle. So it can be your own or it can be your opponent's, and his power will just grow like maximal, like up to extreme. That's just where unlocking actually comes from. Then, if you want a bit more flair, we got 4 copies of Nebula Dragon Big Crunch, or Captain Crunch, I'm going to call him. His skill is, you Counterblast 1 and choose a face-down card of Captain Crunch in your G-Zone, turn face up, and you can Omega lock a rear guard column. So, and that, when it comes to Omega locking, those cards cannot be unlocked until the next 2 turns. So, that just allows you to just kill off your opponent's strategies and defenses, so. I love him. He's a cutie. And finally, we have the 4 G Guardians, which I think is the only Star-Vaders I would be playing in this deck. Is Death Star-Vader Demon Maxwell. Now, whenever he's called to the Guardian Circle, choose a unit in your back row and lock it. So I lock one of my own, and add 5,000 power in that battle. So it lets. So that's the cost we have to pay. We have to lock one of our own in order to add 5,000 power to this guy's shield. But it's worth it. No lie. So yeah, guys, that's my updated deck profile. It's not 100% because trend cells and I think that's a little too much to the camera zone. So okay, there we go. And so yeah. That's only a temporary thing until I get Amnesty, and then we'll see some more damage. But for now, I'm going to stick with this, and let's hope to God it works just fine. So, if you guys don't... So, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about this deck profile and this version of the build. And it's great doing a deck profile that I haven't done for a while, and I'm very happy to bring it out. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, this is Siren and Frost. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like this video, thumbs up for it, and all that good jest and stuff. Sorry if I'm a bit of a stutter problem today. Like, it's Sunday. I have a God Jesus in me and trying to fuck out. And so, yeah. Anyways, guys, have a great day. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys in the next deck profile. And continue watching on the fight videos. So, see you guys later. Love you all. Bye.